this is what's most upsetting to the Canadians I know. If I go and visit another country, if I go to the Middle East, if I go to Russia, if I go to China, I am going to respect the cultures in that country. I am a visitor there, and it's just intuition, I think, to most Canadians. If you arrive in another country, you may not necessarily agree with them, but you're going to follow the customs and social expectations of that country. So many Canadians are so frustrated because we've allowed 8 million immigrants over the past decade, and it seems as though it used to be a Canadian value that you'd integrate, and things that we value so freely, like freedom of speech, freedom of religion, they may not. I mean, if you look at what the charter says in Hamas, if homosexuals are caught together, it's a minimum 10-year prison sentence. A woman's not allowed to leave the house without written permission from a man. If you say something that they deem to be blasphemous against the law, you receive a minimum 10-year prison sentence. Okay, they're allowed to govern themselves however they want in Palestine, but if you are going to come to Canada, you are going to respect our Canadian customs. Those Palestinian values are not Canadian values. But it's been so shocking to me seeing the police in Canada roll out the red carpet for these people who so clearly not only disagree, but have disdain for Canadian values. They roll out fake body bags on our street. They wear masks. They are clearly violent. Check out my videos. These are not friendly people who are walking down the street. They are threatening everyday Canadians. They are telling everyday Canadians who have ancestors who fought in world wars, who have lived their entire life as taxpayers and Canadians, that they are not allowed to walk on their own streets. And Canadians have had it up to here with that. They're saying, don't bring your values into Canada. If we are going to be nice enough as a country to let you in here, you follow our Canadian values. We don't live with Palestinian values in Canada. And it's so crazy to me that our government, despite the fact that now 75% of Canadians say it's too much immigration, we can't have any more, and we live in a so-called democracy, which is supposed to be will of the people, our government has just announced, led by Mark Carney, that we're going to allow another 1 million people in the year 2025. Another 1 million. Please explain to me how we live in a democracy when you will not find as overwhelming a majority on any issue than 75% of Canadians saying we can't withstand any more immigration. Yet our government continues to push it because there's a very small percentage of elites. I'm sure Mark Carney knows a ton of them through his time at Brookfield, at the WF, at Davos, who benefit greatly, make money hand over fist from continuing to allow immigrants in. Well, the vast majority of middle, lower class Canadians get screwed by it. Our youth unemployment rate is as high as it's been in decades. Our middle and lower class are struggling like never before. We have a housing crisis in Canada due to immigration unlike anything that we've seen in decades. And this is an incredibly resource-rich country. It's truly insanity. Our government clearly does not serve the people of Canada. They serve their masters at the WF, at Davos, at these global elite institutions. They disregard the will of the people, and frankly, I think that they hate us. It's truly disgusting. I'm going to be setting up rallies in early September up by Parliament Hill because talking about it on social media, getting the word out here, is clearly not enough. We have to hit the streets. These Palestinians have been hitting our streets for years on end, shutting us down. It's time that Canadian patriots took this to the streets and let our government know we're tired of being betrayed by you guys. Stay tuned. I'm going to be setting up rallies in early September. If you're interested in supporting, hit the link in my bio. Donate. All funds will go towards setting these rallies up. There's going to be several of them. We need Canadian patriots on the streets. Grab some merch, subscribe to my Substack. But it's time that Canadian patriots hit the streets because it's become quite clear that overwhelming polling is going to do absolutely nothing to move our corrupt government.